Hello family, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy E, the Dividend Passport Bro, back with another video. Guys, as always, I like to say thanks to all of our new subscribers. As you can see, I'm just messing around with this stuff. Usually I have it over there. New subscribers, thanks again for joining this community. Thanks for liking and sharing the videos. I appreciate all you guys as we continue to grow this channel. We have over 342 videos that I've done in the last year or 6 months or whatever it is. I make a video every day, so that's crazy, man. It's almost a year I've been doing these videos. Can you imagine that? That is amazing, right? At some point some of the videos are great, and at some point some of the audios are horrible. But guys, it seems like whenever I travel is when the audios is always bad when I travel. I don't know why it's that, but yesterday I had to redo the video because the audio was not that great. And like I said, I apologize to you guys, but there's only so much I can do, right? With time, dealing with a 2-year-old, traveling, not having everything I need to keep her. And of course, I know you guys heard the noise in the background yesterday from celebrating my cousin's birthday. It's just been a lot of fun being around family. But, you know, I have a commitment to this channel to do a video every day, and I tried to do that. And yesterday was our income video, and yeah, I don't know if you guys could see the excitement in my voice. I was a little frustrated because I had to do the video over, but the first video I thought was really great. I provided a lot of information, but on the second video I just kind of rushed it to kind of get it done, just show the income for the most part. But you know, overall it feels great to do these videos. And some people watch the videos, some people don't. Some people like the videos, some people don't. But I want to give you my perspective on my portfolio, what is going on with my portfolio. And I just try to share that, my mistakes, what I'm doing, what I'm making mistakes on, what I've learned over the past few years, especially dealing with the extreme high yield dividends, I call them. You know, it's pretty cool, right? And all I can hope is you guys take this and try to invest in your future, because there's nobody else going to do it for you, right? You can put money on your job, but that money is, they put it in what they want to put it in, and you have to pay a fee. You can have somebody else manage your money for you, which I did initially, and then I decided to do it myself. And the funny thing is, well, I don't know if it's funny, but I had the person investing my money, and I started investing on the side while I was doing that, and then comparing the two investments to see if I was doing better than the person that was doing my portfolio. And at the end of the first quarter, my portfolio was doing better than the gentleman that was doing my investments. Not only that, plus I wasn't paying that monthly fee, because whenever he sold something in my portfolio, he charged me. Whenever he bought something in my portfolio, he charged me $1. So everything he bought and sold in my portfolio, he was charging me $1. So of course, it was in his best interest to buy and sell things in my portfolio, right? And like I said, we have some gains a little bit, but what I was gaining just by buying and holding positions was creating more income than him buying and selling, because whatever he was selling, right? I might make 50 cents, and then he's making $1 out of the 50 cents. You know, he might make $1 and I make 50 cents. You know, so if I make $1.50, he's making $1 and I'm making 50 cents. You know, and if he sells something, if I made $2, he's getting $1 and I'm only getting $1. So in the end, I decided like, you know what, I need to get out of this, transfer my money into my own, and this was my retirement account, right, my Roth. And then I transferred the money from that retirement account that he was managing to my own account, to where I was managing it. And since then I haven't looked back, right? Today my Roth is over 100K. And right, because I put so much money in the Roth, I talk about this all in other videos, that I'm going to pull that money to pay for a property in Colombia, cash. You know, and that is amazing, because also not only putting money out of that, but I pull money out of my dividend. I pull like 25K from my dividend to put down the first, you know, 25,000 on the property, and the balance $60,000 is going to come out of my Roth. Um, so, and I would not be able to do this if I was investing for myself and learning things, because I know I can make that money back in a few months. Just the past two weeks, we generated almost $10,000 this past week, and then the week before that we generated $15,000, and the week before that we generated 3,700. And I know we're going to do pretty good next week if the market continues to be solid like it's have been in the past few weeks. We're probably going to do better than we did last week. The $15,000 we did, the previous week. So all of these things is attributed to me taking it on my own to invest for myself, to invest in my future, and not let anybody else, control that. So I mean, it's up to you guys, right? You can do whatever you want. It's completely up to you. But over time, right? If you're not taking the initiative to learn these things and do it for yourself, and then you'd be surprised. And it's not like crazy hard. You don't have to be able to say, oh, I need to read the what you call it, the symbols and all this stuff. Not the symbols, but to be able to read, the market, right? When you say, well, the market's going up, it's doing this. You don't have to know how to do all that. Basically, you just need to understand the basic between companies that are making money and the companies that's not making money. And of course, you can see I bought a company that's losing money, right? That because I'm taking more risk, putting money into these high yield dividends, but they're more riskier and the companies that saved me doing all of this stuff was companies that were less risk, right? Because they were generating money, and I was able to pull money out of there to put money back into my higher risk stuff to keep me from losing my portfolio. Um, and I've learned a little bit, but even though I've learned a little bit, I'm still taking more risk, trying to get to the next level. Now I like to use this tracker on Sunday because it gives me my hourly income, what I make hourly, based on the amount of money I have in my portfolio. Now, this is all estimated. I believe we're gonna do more than 30 something thousand dollars this month. I think we're gonna do close to 40, if not over $40,000 this month in investment. And this is on a small portfolio, so this is all hard work, dedication. Um, I won't say hard work, right? I would say patience, patience and dedication to get me here, right? And doing $38,000 this month or $40,000 this month is still crazy. Doing $1,200 a day for doing nothing, right? Like I was talking to one of the guys yesterday, and we're just talking about investments and whatnot. And I said, man, you know, right now we're sitting here, I'm talking to you, I'm making $50, $40, whatever I told him, $40, $50 an hour. And he's like, how are you making $40, $50 an hour while you're sitting there talking to me? I said, because of my investments. My investments continue to generate income. When I'm asleep, it makes money. When I'm sitting here up, it makes money. No matter what I'm doing, my investments, my dividend portfolio is generating income. And he's like, really? I was like, yeah. He said, but then he asked me another question. He said, so what happened if something happened to you and all this money you have? I said, well, that's why you have beneficiary, you have wills, you have trusts. Trust, I say in trusts, I don't know because that word is the word, but you have trust and you have people that manage your trust, and you have other people that know about my kids know about my investments. Um, they don't really watch the videos, but they know about my investments. They know all these things that's going on with my investments. So if something ever happened to me, I have things in place that they would be able to survive and don't have to worry about nothing. And not only that, these things are set in place that you're not going to be able to get a lump sum of money where they're just going to make use of it, right? Um, you know, I've heard this in multiple places that give your children um, enough so they can be, good cheers, good character of what they have, then you give them too much to where they just become useless. And I don't want that because I've worked hard to get to where I'm at, and you know, over time, hopefully, they will be eager to learn, to see all these good things they're doing, and so they can transfer down to their children, to their friends, or whoever that they have that they hold dear to them. Okay, and you can see we pushing estimated $8,000 a month. We're still at $1.23 an hour. The yield on cost is still lower than the yield. That's always good, right? And we have $207.43 a week. So that is awesome. We still have 33 positions in this portfolio. I haven't really been able to add more positions in the portfolio because of the fact that we have to buy everything, full shares, not fractional shares. And right now we're doing 2 cents a day, 2 cents an hour, right? 2 cents an hour, which is about $3.88 a day and $16.83 a month. So when you add all that up, 12 months, you get this right here number. Um, I mean, it's a start. This portfolio is barely a month old, right? Go start the portfolio over. It's barely a month old, so over time, this money is going to increase. We're going to go from 1 cent, 2 cents, 3 cents, 4 cents, and over time, it's going to increase. Okay. Now, this most of the money we got coming into the portfolio, 99.9% of the money we got coming into the portfolio, coming from this account, my Fidelity account. As you can see, $52 an hour. It's ridiculous. $1,200 a day, 8,000, almost $9,000 a week. It can't get better than that. Okay, guys. Now, I don't do this to brag or nothing like that. I just do this to get other people to invest in the future. Um, because you have to learn, you have to start somewhere. And I always tell you guys, dividend kings, dividend aristocrats, it's the best way to start because these companies have been around forever and they've been doing this consecutively, providing dividend income forever. Um, so those are the kind of companies you want to start with, and I would say choose the ones that pay the highest yield. Anything on the, I would say be above 3%, and they're probably not going to get a lot of those, but you probably going to get 5 to maybe 10 companies in there that might pay 3% and up, and I will start with those, um, and build your portfolio and build and add other things around that to build your portfolio, like SUSD, JPI, was it JPQ, JEPQ, JEPI. You're gonna add those guys, Main Capital, O, MO, bunch of different companies that pay higher yield, um, to help keep your portfolio up and have some income coming in, right? So if you got 5% coming in, and like I tell you guys all the time, right? For me, I like to have a bunch of things because I want my income coming from different places. Have my account diversified. For me, that's what I like. Now, everybody's different, right? But I try to diversify my portfolio, less higher risk stuff, more stuff that between that 20 and below, and then maybe I have somewhere like 20 or 30 positions that crazy high yield that helps the income, and then we'll spread it out, right? And then when you spread it out, you're getting $100 a month, or from 100 positions. That's $10,000 easy. That's $10,000 easy from 100 companies. But it takes time to get those to $100 a month, right? And you can build one to 100, and then you take the income, build the next one, or you can try to just build in the best way you can. But if you have that, I mean, that's a good start, and you can live anywhere in the world with 2,500, I believe. For me, I think 2,500 is a lot. I think like $1,500. Um, if you live in a touristy area, that's probably not going to be enough. You probably need like maybe 3,000 if you're in the touristy area. But if you live in with the locals in a decent neighborhood, I don't think it don't matter where you live, outside Europe or South America, I think $1,500. Um, it's a decent number. You don't have to live in a big city. You can live in a smaller city, but to be able to retire early and not worry about money, and then put your energy into something else that you love to or like to do, um, it's great. So guys, um, remember, this is not financial advice, right? I'm just sharing my story from time to time. I kind of throw bits and pieces in there, to help, just to help motivate you guys, right? The bunch of other people on this internet that talk about investments and different things they have done to grow their portfolio. Um, and some people tell stories better than I can, because I'm not a real, I'm not a storyteller. Um, I did this to document my journey and also to give back, right? To motivate others to invest. Because if I can do it, I'm just an engineer. If I can do it, and I know there's tons of other people that do this, truck drivers, taxi drivers, that invest in the future, right? And if you have time, if you feel like you have the time, 20 years or more, then of course this is even easier, because you don't have to invest all the money like I would. You can go a lot slower at your pace to get to that 30, 40, $50,000 a year that you need in a lot safer positions. And then you can call it quits and live up your portfolio and travel the world and do whatever makes you happy. But for, like I said, the key things I keep telling you guys all the time is to invest in your future. Okay, guys? Now, I'm still in Arizona. It's a little quiet right now. We're getting ready for a barbecue today. And I thought my flight was leaving tonight. But apparently, I booked the flight for Monday night. So I have to spend one more night here, tonight and tomorrow. Tomorrow night we're leaving. So I have to spend tonight here and tomorrow night. At some point, we would be leaving, going back to Atlanta, getting Atlanta Tuesday morning. So, oof, it's gonna be tough, but that's the plan I made, and that's what we have to stick with and deal with. Okay, guys, I love you guys from the bottom of my heart. Thanks again for all of the hours you got to take to sit down and watch the content. And of course, guys, sometimes I try my best to do um, a good job with the volume, but of course I can't really control that. I talk low anyway, so I'm not a very loud speaking person. So if the volume is low, just turn your volume up. Just remember that when the commercial come on, it's gonna be louder. Okay, guys. So hopefully this sound come out perfect. If not, I will try to redo the video again. But like I say, I love you guys, and we will do this again tomorrow. We'll see how the market is gonna go, and hopefully we can make some more money tomorrow, like we've been doing in the past, and keep that up for the next few months. Okay, peace out.